myself. But I have a lot of respect for religions, and I use the word lay also in a religious sense. I dislike aggressive secularism, and I really dislike militant atheism, which makes fun and denigrates religion, and then is as fanatical and as close-minded as the bogies that it says it attacks and it wants to get the world rid of. So when I talk about a lay state, it's a lay state which is a fair state and which all the fundamental human rights that Dr. Busuttil referred to are respected totally and institutionalized. So we need a lay state. There should be church-state separation, and I would see that even expressed much better in our constitution. I think it would make sense for us to change the constitution and the declaration that we have of, you know, the role of the Catholic Church in our country. Without, please, I want to make this clear, without for any second suggesting that we should put the church, because when we have discussions and controversies, you know, I was one of the leading campaigners for the divorce issue. Not only do I respect the right of the church to comment on what is going on and to comment robustly and to comment as strongly as it needs to, and I completely disagree with those who say that church-state separation means that the church should concentrate only on religion, on spiritual things, you know, on processions, on the sacraments. No, that would be such a poor church. We need the church to speak up on everything. And the church should be given the liberty, and that should be guaranteed in a lay state. You know, religious freedom should be total, so that, you know, because the church has a lot to contribute. And the churches and the religions have a lot to contribute. Not just, I'm talking about the church because obviously at the moment I'm talking about the local reality, but, you know, there's so much wealth, even if we refer to the Catholic Church, there's so much wealth in the social teaching of the church, which should guide us in our political life as well. And I say it authentically, you know, I really believe in it. So I think it's important, though, to have a lay state, which gives full rights to different religions. The problem for us then, I think, is not simply creating the space for this diversity. The problem is when you start tackling some of the issues that Dr. Busuttil referred to. Deeper problems is when you come to issues of gender equality, for example, giving the rights to people of different sexual orientation, the concept of marriages in different religions. How are you going to ensure that while you create the legal framework for religious freedom, how do you reconcile religious freedom with aspects of religion which might actually threaten those fundamental human rights? I think that is quite a big issue. And this is the last point that I would like to offer for reflection. I think that perhaps the way to do that would be to ensure that the fundamental human rights on which there was a consensus after the Second World War, we need to revisit it. Okay, the Charter is there. We know what the fundamental human rights are. There has been a lot of work done with the European Constitution. But I think we need to revisit those fundamental human rights and really ask whether everyone is ready to accept those fundamental human rights. Personally, I think it is crucial that everybody accepts those fundamental human rights and that a lay state should embody those fundamental human rights. And then if there are religions or aspects of religion which go against those fundamental human rights, I think the fundamental human rights should prevail. I know that there is a debate whether fundamental human rights are another subtle form of cultural imperialism from the West to impose its values on the rest of the world. I do not agree with that interpretation. I think the fundamental human rights are universal and should be accepted as being universal and not as being the ploy of part of the globe to dominate the rest through nice language. I think those fundamental human rights are fundamental, and I think we, and now I'm talking as a politician, we shouldn't have relative values in this case, because sometimes we used to make the mistake of saying, okay, when we talk about economic interests and fundamental human rights, it's not in our interest to topple that regime because we don't say it's because of the oil or because of the economic interests of our governments, but we say we're not going to impose our model of human rights on that country. Well, I think, let's be frank, we do it because we want to disguise our real economic interests. I think fundamental human rights are universal and should be universal, and the lay state should embody those fundamental human rights, and religions have to adapt themselves to those fundamental human rights. Otherwise, what will happen will be what Dr. Busuttil warned about as well. Forces which can contribute so much for harmony and for peace can become very explosive and violent. And we have to find ways of living together and not of tearing each other apart. Thank you very much.